Welcome to Lewisburg, Ohio. This is the Lewisburg West facility as part of Cargill Animal Nutrition. Behind me is Project Hoover, a brand new 160-foot production tower with a completely non-medicated free facility. The site we bought about 5 years ago, 150,000 square foot warehouse, as well as an existing production tower. We'd have to build our brand new steel tower, so we want to take you on a quick tour inside to show you what's coming in 2019. Welcome inside. So this is the north end of the existing warehouse. Out here we have our raw material receiving, 6 dock doors to my right, which will receive raw material in. It'll be staged in the room surrounding this one as well as this one. Racking systems overhead eventually will be placed in this room so we can pick and choose material. As the material is going to be weighed into its mixes, it'll be brought into this room here. And there'll be a series of bins to my left where material can be chosen and weighed out of onto a scale system running up and down the room. Once the materials have been combined into the right order for the right mixes, they'll be transported into our staging room. So our staging room here will be separated by a mixing line, individual sections color-coded per mixing line, and then it can be transported upstairs to our new production tower to be blended. So welcome to the roof. That material that we saw below in the staging room will come up its elevators and it'll move onto this floor. The material will be check weighed one last time and then added into our transport system so it can get moved over to its mixing line. Overhead, it's not 100% complete yet, we will have 105 automatic weighing and dosing bins. So 105 automated bins. The dosing system beneath it will be able to weigh between 20 grams and 1 ton in each individual weigher. 5 weighers in parallel, just like the bulk system. So that system will be able to weigh up to 4 individual mixes all at the same time. Once the components are complete, each individual weigher will dump into a dedicated transport module that'll be directly below it, and that transport module will do one final check weigh of all the materials and then stage it directly over the mixer. This is the bulk tower. We've got 36 bins overhead. That was part of the original structure, part of the original building that we purchased. We reinforced the bin structure as the bins were not specified to hold the material that we're going to be putting in them. Overhead, there's a series of drags and screws that will take material from our bulk receiving pits, which are just beyond that wall over there. It'll take the material up and to its specified bins. Once we have the material in the bins, the screws overhead will dose the material into these scales. So we have 5 bulk scales. Each of the scales can work in parallel, which means we've got 4 mixing lines. We could be doing 4 independent mixes all at the same time. Once the material has been scaled in, there'll be a series of 4 drags directly beneath my feet. The material will discharge into whatever drag is dedicated for that mixing line. The drags, 4 for this side and 4 for that side, will meet right here in the middle, where 4 bucket elevators will take the material upstairs and over to our new processing tower, where the combination of material will be weighed one final time to make sure that everything got there safe and sound. Beyond this will be where the transport vessels for the bulk material will be coming across from the old tower to the new tower. They'll maneuver to each of their individual mixing lines and then be discharged into our bulk surge hoppers, which are positioned right above our mixers. This is our mixing floor. From top to bottom, we have our stainless steel bulk surge silo. All the bulk you saw earlier will be collected in that silo overhead, check weighed one last time, and then discharged into our mixer. The mixer, 138 cubic foot stainless steel mixer with inbuilt dust collection so we can recapture as much dust as possible. Beneath it, a 138 cubic foot surge hopper with a delumper. So as we're delumping the first mix, the second mix can continue mixing. And once the mix is delumped, it'll be discharged downstairs into our transport vessels and then taken to our bagging lines. This is our transport floor. Positioned directly beneath each of the mixing lines, we have one transport unit, 138 cubic foot to make sure we match volume. Each of the units is on rails, as you can see, and on load cells. So as the material is delumped and discharged from the mixers, it'll be collected in these containment units here. Once all the material has been received, it'll move up to its discharge position, wherever that may be, and then the material is dumped into our packaging bins and ready for filling. Here's one of our packaging bins. Once the material has been mixed and transported, it'll be staged here and then discharged into our tote fillers or our bagging machines. They will package our material at 14 to 15 bags a minute on the baggers. Then material will be moved out to the south on conveyors towards our palletizing units, sent into our warehouse, wrapped, and staged for shipping. So that's the end of our tour. Thanks for coming along today, and enjoy the rest of the show.